when bad things happen, it's temporary. It's specific, I can learn from it. And it's because of other factors, so I can keep trying to make a difference. Any thoughts on an optimist?
Well, they just see the good in it. Even if it's bad, they still see the good in it.
Yeah. Okay. Any examples of a situation? You've seen it happen, or?
It's just like when, like, if a team lost in a final or something, and they go, "Do I actually still played really, really well?" And it was like there was only one goal and one mistake.
Yeah.
And then like, "Do you know what? Let's use this. We'll train really hard, and we'll come next year and we'll win it."
Yeah, that's exactly, isn't it? Those people who go, got to the final. There's 300 other teams who didn't. Still got a silver medal, still got a trophy. We played really well. They had an outstanding play. They're probably better than us on the day. But what we can do next year is maybe they passed a bit more and they moved a bit quicker. Maybe that's what we need to do. So we're better next year. We can definitely make a difference to that. And when good things happen, it's permanent, therefore I can depend on it. Everything is going to go well. It's because of me. We won that game because I played really well. I reckon it's going to be a good season. I think if we keep doing what we're doing, it's going to last and last and last. So it's only a subtle thing. I know from experience that playing a game of cricket out here, and a catch goes up, you drop it, and you just don't want the ball to come anywhere near you on a bad day. You just want the world to swallow you up and just disappear. On a good day, when you feel good about yourself, you're just going, oh, nightmare. I'll catch the next one. I'll make a difference next time, definitely. Yeah. And I'm sure you've done it in your lives. Huh? What?
In a fun.
In the final last year, I dived over the ball.
He went to save the ball and it went straight under him.
Took deflection.
But
There you
yeah,
go.
the thing is,
Wasn't your fault.
he actually got it.
Oh, it
It
was.
touched his arms and then it just managed to roll under him.
It was absolutely awful.
But what did you think at that point?
I can't wait for the game to finish. So I just hide.
Did you have the thinking of...
There was some points where I thought, right, let's make amends, but
Okay.
I still thought I still won't do it.
It is really hard, but you've not given up on rugby. You still play, you still want to make it
I
better.
don't really want to play football anymore, and this was football.
Oh, is this football? Sorry. Is it? Oh, okay.
I don't like playing football.
There's no place manager thinks he's more nice than as a manager in England, not France, not United.
What's the team called?
Frosworth.
I thought you said Frogsworth.
He said to
It's
me
like
before in
leaping
like
over the ball,
meetings,
isn't
he said to me before, I'm sick and tired to get out of it when they've lost a game. And he's like their mate.
Right. That's going to help.
It's hilarious.
Okay. So does that sort of make a... Could we change a lot of children's attitudes by making them think positively? I'm a big believer that you can. I'm a big believer that we had a time at Leicestershire when you weren't allowed to, if somebody asked you how you doing, you weren't allowed to say not bad. Because if you're not bad, you must be good. And so every morning the captain will walk in, how you doing? Good. And by saying good and yeah, really well, you feel a bit better, everybody else feels a bit better. Rather than saying, yeah, not bad, yeah, not bad, yeah, not bad. And it's a typical English way of greeting people.
With kids, I think it's just giving them examples and role models.
Yes.
So, like, because they've not got experience as many experiences as they've got, if they can see something that's happened,
Yeah.
or see something that's happening, then they can relate to it more, because they've not got as big a personal experiences as you have dealing with someone that's in secondary school.
Helen, you have linked in perfectly to the next bit. So,
She's read the sheet.
she read this. Maybe you've been looking. So, experiences.
God, that's not very nice. Should I hold on?
That's all right. They're like,
So the final bit, well, okay, final 2 bits, the other bit will be it's just a bit of information. Stages of moral reasoning. No, all right, you can eat away. So, stages of moral reasoning, it could be stages of development. And like Helen just said, experiences within their lives, the younger the child, the less experiences they've had. So that, you're right, we need to provide role models for kids to look up to do the right thing. If we just have this first slide, pre-conventional moral reasoning stage. If you look at that picture, what does that picture say to you? Okay, yeah, it does. It could be a mini Paddington.
Is she considering going in the puddle or not?
Maybe it's actually.
Why is she wearing a hat but not a coat?
Why is she wearing a hat, not a coat? Okay. Is that not a coat?
Alright.
Is that not a Kaguli type?
That looks like a red shirt.
Could be a red shirt. An untucked red shirt with a hat, with wellies.
With someone for the.
Well, he's up high enough, she'll get wet shins.
If she jumps hard enough in that puddle.
Yeah.
Is she bothered about anything other than herself at that point? No, she's just worried about her life at the minute is looking in that puddle. She doesn't care about anything other than what she's doing. Do you think a child of that sort of age, how old would you say she is? 4, 5? Something like that? Do you think she's scared of consequences? Do you think she would do things so she doesn't get told off? If you went to...
Depends what background she's from.
Okay, let's say she's 6. Do you think she would try and please people as well, though? Would she prefer to be good?
Yeah, I think well.
I think she'd jump in the puddle without trying to fall over, whereas like a 4-year-old might fall over and then be safe.
Okay, so she might do it, but she doesn't want to get told off, so she's not going to just get splashed and soak everybody around.
I think if she's 6, she understands what praise is. And she
I
wants
think
to
if she's 6, she wouldn't do it. If she's 4, she would.
I don't know.
I jumped in
Ollie's
puddles the other day.
nearly 9. He would jump in a puddle if it's there and he's...
It depends who's with her, because if there's at this point, there isn't anyone with her. She looks
No.
like she's been left on her own,
Yeah.
in the rain, to go and jump in puddles by herself. So fair enough if she wants to jump in.
Okay,
It's not
so
going to affect anybody else.
if we assume the parents are somewhere nearby, or somebody's looking at them. But the perspective for that little girl there is she's on her own, it's her little world. She doesn't want consequences that are going to be bad, but she's not really bothered about that much else. Okay, that's her little world. Actually, adults go into this situation as well. We'll go through the next 2 stages, but adults come back into this point as well. It's not just children. So, I'm going to move on to the second stage. What about that photo? Conventional moral reasoning. Any thoughts on that photo?
They're all dressed in it, to match with their hair.
Okay. Yeah.
No, they've got the same style.
got baggy jeans in there. All got their hats
No,
up
that's-
backwards.
Yeah, they've got different colours, but
There's
it's
a
not like.
skateboard.
You've got
Different
someone
bags,
that's saying
different
like.
coloured t-shirts. One's got a denim jacket, one's got a t-shirt.
So if somebody had a shirt and tie on in that picture, would they fit in?
You've not got like. But you know, if you went through like stereotypes of different people within. You've not got one of each day. You've got like
He is
the
very
group.
good.
I would say this is all about fitting in. If you wore I don't know, a shirt and tie or a morning suit or whatever, they'd look very different. Or if
Yeah,
they're
you watch, like 10 Things I Hate About You, when like, it goes around and introduces them to all the different groups. And they have like their stereotype. You could put them into one of them groups.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You.
I don't know. So,
Is that the one that's based on St. Lucia?
so this is all about the fitting in stage, and you'll see kids go through this stage. They want to look the same, they want to speak the same, they want to see the world from the group's perspective, and they don't want to necessarily go out of that. They always want to be part of that camp. Now, that looks like a reasonable group of people. If they were all dressed in hoodies and they were causing trouble, they would still feel like they're fitting in, because they're still part of something bigger than themselves, and they don't want to not be part of that. Now, the kids that we work with, they'll get to that stage at probably year 6, you know, when there's a group of lads who just want to do the same things. They might wear trainers to school, and the same, you know, they might have a rucksack instead of their book bag.
It's like all the boys are super dry coats at the minute, none of them are defined.
Yeah. So they all want to look the same. They want to be part of that gang. And then there's others who are really the opposite, but they're in their own little gang as well.
How old would you say that?
Pardon?
12 to 13.
Yeah, that's from 10, 12, 13, 14. But that could go on for quite a long time. That might be until they're 18. You guys are probably part of something that looks like that, but you don't dress like that. So you're part of a team. Now, teams are a perfect example of fitting in. You have to wear the same uniform. You have to do the same.
It's definitely an age thing, isn't it? It's all when you're that age, like 10 to 14, it's all about fitting in.
Yeah.
You're different than that, so it's the end of the world, isn't it?
And even going further than that, you think about let's say the traders in London. They all wear the same pinstripe suits and look ridiculous, but they want to fit into that bracket of people. You know, that's what they want to do. They want to fit in. So, conventional moral reasoning stage, they want to receive approval from within their group. They've got rules. You know, they've got rules that aren't specific or written down, but there are rules within their group there that everyone knows.
Everyone has to wear a hat on Wednesday or something.
Well, it might be that we, you know,
Females, and they're like,
we all wear.
Friday.
Yeah, we have to push that Friday at our school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wear ponytail once a week? You chose today.
Well, I mean, you just said the super dry coats. They all wear super dry. That's part of their hidden rules. Okay. When they move on, can you just do the last slide for a minute? The post-conventional moral reasoning stage, stages 5 and 6. What does that picture show?
It's like a prison scene. Someone comes to visit.
No, look, it says gate at the top, it's airport.
No.
Say goodbye to normal
They're outside.
growing up,
No.
moving on in life.
Okay, growing up, moving on in life. What does that
The suitcase behind her, she's going travelling.
possibly? Might be going somewhere.
Or she's packing the grown-up to go into her home.
Even if it was that, what does that girl there? Who's she thinking about?
Not herself.
Not herself. So she's moved on to the next stage of her development. She now cares more about her gran, it might be whoever, than she does about herself at that moment in time. Now, that's really nice. That's sort of seeing the world from a different viewpoint. That's seeing that she wants everything to be nice and just, and you know, she's not worried about herself too much. She wants to know that everything is going to be all right for everybody else, not just her. Now, if you think about some of the parents of the children that we work with, they'll have got to that point where they possibly been married, and then something happens. They might get divorced. Where do you think they'll go to in their development phase? So let's say a parent of the child has just got divorced. Will they care about everybody else other than themselves at that point? Pardon? No, I'm talking about, let's say a parent of